I lived in the Bronx, and I used to work in New York City, so I would travel through Manhattan every day on the subways. And one day, this I assumed he was blind because he had a violin and with his bow he would, feel around, and his eyes were gray, and he was blind. He had to be blind, I'm guessing, or he pretended really well and had good contacts to make it work out. I'm telling the story awful, but basically this blind gentleman violinist walked down to the subway and made his way onto the train, found a pole, leaned up against the pole in the subway, and played this amazing violin piece. And when he was done, he rode another stop and played a violin piece. And then instead of asking for money or anything, he just kind of walked off, and I never saw him again. And I was like, wow, like, what was that all about? Because I was like, what? Like, he's a blind guy in a subway, and I'm like, that's got to be scary. Not only that, but he played classical music, so the fact that he can play classical music is amazing, being blind on a violin, and on a moving train, and with the sounds and the smells. It was just it was something that kind of got me. And then the more I thought about it, the more I started noticing the subway musicians and how talented they were, and I kind of wanted to find out, who are these people, where are these people from, and what does it take to become one of them. And I wanted to do it for a long time, but I never had. And first of all, I didn't have money. I didn't have a camera.
It's always a problem.
I didn't have anything, so I couldn't shoot a movie. And it just came to the point where I had a production company, and I was like, all right, well, I have a production company. What good's a production company if I'm not producing anything?
After 800 yards, keep left.
So, so I thought of this movie, and then tried to make it happen, and couldn't do it on my own. Just didn't have what it takes to. A film takes more than one person, creatively, physically, everything. I mean, you can't. I couldn't think of.
Cashed all the way to the right.
I was with a lot of people, a lot of them in this car, all the way to the right, to make this movie better.
Well, my initial thought was, who is this? After some explanation, I realized who Justin was. We had mutual friends in the business. He sounded very excited and enthusiastic, the kind of director that, gets you to agree to travel halfway across the country and chase an 18-year-old kid around with a bunch of gear and no help for very little money. Which, the director's job. Gotta convince people to do crazy things. It sounded like a great adventure, and it sounded like, regardless of how the movie turned out, the adventure itself would be worth the trip.